Alright, video log. Anyways, so, certain areas I obviously need to focus more at getting better than writing a book on whatever breakthroughs or whatnot that I get and turning around and saying, okay, let's now put it to paper to help everybody else. I mean, it's a good thing, but there's got to be a certain point, and honestly, a lot of it, if I'm not actually sitting down and truly digging at the core of getting myself fixed, it might come out half-assed on the paper, because at that point I'm not really actually focusing on getting through and getting the healing myself. I'm now taking the breakthrough and I'm throwing it out on paper, and I'm not actually taking into account what I really need to be taking into account. And then okay, so don't know if I'm even going to publish this one, but keep it as a self video log. So if I choose to do that, good for me. If I choose not to do that, you know, maybe, I think I might just keep this one to myself. Maybe someday I'll publish it, but for now it's mine and it's my privacy, and yeah, I'm keeping it for now. Anyways, video log. Alright, so I need to figure out right now, there was an area that I was looking that I was actually accepted something, and I was turning around and I was looking, and I actually could see where a part of me actually was decided I need to hold on to doing this writing this book right now. So it is important that I dig at all this stuff. Okay, you know what? That is good, but when it comes to like my relationships right now and actually digging at that, writing it down on ways to get closer to my daddy, that is good. And I can write it down in the book, and I can turn around and take those journal notes and I can throw them in a book, and I can even put more on them. But until I am better, I really probably shouldn't be completely focusing on writing all the stuff out on a book for everybody else. That's awesome that I want to share it, but you know what? Right now, it's uno. Right now with that. So I need to get my healing. And that's good that I am digging at this stuff and digging at trying to help other people. But I need to think of myself and what I'm going through. So anyways, that's how this goes. Okay, so hold on. Another breakthrough. Today I ended up with a lady friend over at TLC, and she started talking about after I ended up answering my phone, she started talking about the phones bothering her and finding it as disrespectful and stuff. But it actually bothered me, because I at first I felt like she was actually complaining and even doing this thing that my mom used to do. And I still need to work through it myself, because apparently I'm finding out that I do that to Daddy. I half face him. I talk about him in the air and not really actually talking to him, and not direct face talking him or complaining about him to the air with expecting him to hear it, which is almost a form of not only not talking to him, but a form of manipulation. So it's not my fault. I recognize that. I do that too. My mom used to do that when I was a kid. She would complain basically about me, but she wouldn't talk directly to me. She would actually sit me in places with other people, and she would actually sit there and complain about me while I'm in the room and not actually directly talking to me. She would actually complain about me in the room talking to someone else. Or she'd do these weird little guilt trips where she was side facing me and she was basically talking as if she wasn't actually talking to me but was talking to me, and acting like as if I didn't care. So basically it was a guilt trip. And she does that. She'd turn around and she would like, oh, okay, fine, you know what, I don't need you to do this. I'll do it myself. And she would just sit there and manipulate it, actually, to try and get us to feel guilty and to doing it. So, anyway, so while she was explaining this over at the TLC group, it was actually kind of hitting me like the way my mother did. So, and I'm figuring out that some of those traits I've actually been doing. I mean, it definitely brings out this rebellious attitude. It's like, anyway. Heart, daddy, what? Amen. So, I need to actually figure out on other stuff, because she turned around and the lady actually started explaining more of actually how it made her feel. She started explaining how it made her feel with the phones being on and people ringing them and stuff. And when she started actually taking the initiative to actually explain how it made her feel without actually any anger, but you could actually sit down and you could hear it was actually a cry of her heart that she was actually saying. And it made her feel rejected, unwanted, and not important, and being ignored. All things that I can actually relate to. And that's actually a heart's cry. That's actually a love language, that being ignored. And when the phones basically was making her feel that way by people doing that, then you could actually understand. And when you actually understand that it was actually that part of her heart and it's actually coming from a need, then you could actually turn around and take this stuff. You could turn it off instead of thinking, this is the new rule, poke, 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 which I said, and I did tell her of how it made me feel. And it was basically because she's actually expressing a need and what it makes her feel like, and she's actually talking about it and took an initiative to actually bring some understanding, which is intimacy, actually. There you could actually nurture her heart rather than get angry. So for both parties, there's both lines right there. I'll just have to figure this out more. So anyways, Joseph, there you go. You got it. Late message to self. So if this ends up on line later, just understand this was my own video log for myself. Bye.